over at the House of Representatives, Speaker Sonny Belmonte sees the conclusion of the BBL deliberations next week. Congress is set to go on Christmas break starting December 17 this year until January 18, 2016. Freddie Abando filed this report.
It was good news to witness last night the resumption of plenary debates for the draft basic law for the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region instead of the palace-backed Bangsamoro Basic Law. The chairman of the House Ad Hoc Committee in the Bangsamoro, Congressman Rufus Rodriguez, stressed 40 provisions of the original bill were deleted to ensure its approval and pass the test of any constitutional challenge that may be raised before the Supreme Court. The most contentious is the opt-in provision, since majority of Mindanao Solons expressed concern on the possibility that their congressional districts may be covered by the proposed Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in the future. The creation of a Bangsamoro Police and Bangsamoro Command of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, the creation of offices of listed constitutional bodies to include the Civil Service Commission, Commission on Audit, Commission on Elections, the Office of the Ombudsman, and the Human Rights Commission. In the draft substitute measure, the Rodriguez Committee has either amended or deleted these provisions.
There is no more word BBL in our substitute bill 5811. It is now BL bar, Basic Law for the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region, with at least 40 deletions. And that is why it is a misnomer to still call this bill BBL. There's no more BBL in 5811. So now what we have is called Substitute Bill, an act for the basic law for the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region to make sure that what is stated in the Constitution under Article 10 should always be stated there, that the Bangsamoro is merely an autonomous region. Because before, the nomenclature of the bill was an act creating the Bangsamoro Basic Law for the Bangsamoro period, a basic law for the Bangsamoro, a nation of Moros. That is what was the old bill. And the bill now is clearly basic law for the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region, that they are merely a region in our country. They're under the national laws and under the President and this Congress.
The leadership of the House has turned down the appeal of the Bangsamoro Transition Commission to restore 28 provisions. Zamboanga City Congressman Celso Lobregat urged Rodriguez to explain the basis to reject the appeal of the Transition Commission led by MILF Chief Negotiator Mohaguer Iqbal.
These are either unconstitutional provisions or are against national interest. But precisely, Mr. Speaker, there is no point in going one by one to the 28 because we are not the body, probably in the period of amendments. If our distinguished congressman will propose, if he wants to favor the MILF, then so be it. But at this point, we are now debating on 5811. And in that 5811, there are no more. 40 and 28 are out of that. And so if he wishes, in the period of amendments, he can now propose and adopt the position of the MILF that they insist that the FAB and the CAB should be the one approved by Congress. Is that the position of the congressman from Zamboanga City?
Mr. Speaker, we are in the period of debates. And in the period of debates, we are supposed to discuss issues. So when we go to the period of interpolation, we can come up with intelligent decisions or whether to vote for or against any amendment. Because if that is the case, then there should be no more period of debates.
In the meantime, Speaker Feliciano Belmonte is hoping the debates will be terminated before the Christmas break next week. 19 Solons are in the list to interpolate Rodriguez and other authors of the amended BBL. Speaker Belmonte beared 5 Solons may withdraw their names in the list to cut short the debates. Speaker Belmonte's concern is the attendance of House members. Hopefully, the lack of a quorum is no longer a problem. This will ensure the approval of the measure on second reading. Amendments may be done when sessions resume in early January of next year. A great majority of the House are committed to the President's bill to approve the basic law for the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region to implement fully the peace agreement signed by the government and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front in 2014.
We should at the very least, finish the period of interpellation. If we can go beyond that, okay, lalo magaling, no? We have to plan very carefully the remaining few days in January and February so that we could use it advantageously to take care of whatever amendments may still be there. The fact of the matter is many people are talking as if the matter on the floor is the original draft. In fact, the committee report contains almost as many as 50 amendments from the original draft. But many people didn't know that. Many of the members thought we were still talking about the original draft. Ano? Kaya, that's the realistic timetable. Hindi naman yung tatapusin as of this week or next week. There's still quite a number of people who want to interpellate. Pero their numbers have been greatly reduced.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.